What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Sneaker History Podcast. I'm not Fred Durst, but I'm trying my best to look like him. I'm sitting here with my guys, Rohit and Mike. Sans Nick. It's been a long day. It's been a long week in America, most likely. I'm going to put week in there. So he's getting some R&R. But we're very excited to have everybody here. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps a lot. There's a Discord. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff. But I'm going to quit jabbering. How are you two doing?
I'm all right. I mean, if you guys look in the video, it looks like I've been punched in the face because my sinuses are kicking the actual crap out of me with all this weather changes. So, other than that, I'm living, man.
As you say that, it's just like hard not to read your shirt and
Fun fact is that this is from the Dragon Ball collection of the Uniqlo. So it's Trunks at the bottom, and my wife has the other one that says Fusion with Goten on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we stand next to each other. It does the whole little dance. So it's freaking awesome.
So it's more of a ha than a
ha. Well, that's how I feel right now. It's just
I think that's how we're all feeling. Another day in sunny paradise here in Portland, Oregon.
2020 just extended.
Rohit's lying when he says that because it's definitely not sunny. I went to go take the trash out and it rained all over me. And I was just like, I'm gonna wear socks anyway and sandals. Like, whatever. Like, no big deal. Idiot.
No, I'm part of that sockless brethren, and I get sock shamed by my wife all the time. Please do it.
Does she sock shame you for not wearing them in the house, or?
No, just out and about in the house because I have historically cold feet. She has likened them to that of a morgue. So I was like, okay.
Oh.
I try to,
Man.
But
that's harsh.
I thought you get cold feet before you get married, not after. And there's my dad joke of the week. Thank you, everybody.
Boom, there it is.
That was A1. That was really, really good.
It was good. Can't be mad at that.
No, I mean, so then do you not wear? I'm confused. So then do you not wear socks around the house because you have cold feet, or you do wear socks everywhere because you have cold feet?
I was a bachelor. I would never wear socks out and about, and it's a gross habit, and I've tried to rectify it. But there are times where I'm just like, I'm too lazy. And she goes, it's raining outside. You're wearing flip-flops. I was like, yeah, you're right. And then I'll go upstairs and I'll put socks on. She goes, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It takes a village.
You're like Mike's son where you're like, go put real shoes on. He's like, Spider-Man slip-ons. No, real shoes. Spider-Man slip-ons.
Jordans that we just bought. Put those on.
Something. I mean, speaking of stuff you just bought, Mike, what have you been rocking and what have you been copping? Soon to be sponsored by Miller Lite. Just kidding, but one day.
Hey man, a cold Miller Lite sounds good at this point. So ROCKIN, I guess in honor of this LeBron poll that we're gonna talk some more about later, I threw these out for the grocery store. I mean, it matched my shirt too, so I had.
Man, so I say I see you with the exact matching blue.
Matchy, son. And I jumped on that Air Max 90 train after we had our discussion with Chris and Drew from Wear Testers. They just kind of made me feel bad for not having them. So I had a gift card, and I pulled the trigger on them, and I have to say, these are going to get destroyed. I'm going to wear them so much.
Was it your Nike gift card?
Hells yes. The one that they told me no one the Grinches. I said, okay, fine. I'm going to buy something else.
Man, you were just incapable of keeping shoe money in your pocket. You're like, I'm gonna get it right now. I say that with love. I'm kidding.
Completely awful. I was like, oh, I could save it. No, it's facts. It was burning a hole in my pocket.
To your point though, I guess in your defense, Sneakers doesn't allow you to use gift cards, so you can't like input information if you win on a draw. But
you can.
Ooh,
you can.
Oh, spit game, Mike.
You have to preload them. Preload them. So you can go into your payment option, preload the gift card, because when you go to it, it says however much money in a little Nike check plus how much you owe credit card wise. So I was sitting there waiting. I'm like, oh, $30 for the Kobe's. Click. And I got the middle finger from Nike.
I thought you could not, because I always buy, like, let's say I have a gift card and I get a nice pair of shoes I hit on Sneakers. I'll go to the outlet and I'll return them and buy them back.
I was always thought about doing that too, but no, they made it to where you can preload now.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
From the audience. Very nice. Rohit, how about you?
I left my Liverpool LeBron 9s downstairs, but that's what I'm rocking, and I think they're about to be retroed again, and that's a great shoe. It's a very simple shoe. I think it goes well with your outfit, Robbie, as well as it did mine, so I'll go with that.
The Liverpool 9 lows?
Yeah.
With the red and the green?
Yeah.
I kind of think of like, I'm colorblind. It's like seafoam kind of on the collar, like on the lining.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I have the matching gym shorts. It's funny, we were talking about cats and pets earlier. Those gym shorts have been made into scratching posts. Like the thigh area are just all scratched up from cats kneading on me, pivoting off me, just being general dicks. So it's like, yeah, that's a great shoe, and I have the shorts. I don't have the shoes anymore. But I'm like Mike, I had the fit. I didn't have the T-shirt with the matching shoes. I had the matching shorts with the shoes.
I didn't even know there were matching shorts, so now I'm in.
But you guys can do the fusion dance and have it everything. So if you fusion, you got it all together.
That'd be fantastic. But what's on your radar then? Anything you're looking to cop?
I actually like the look of the Kylian Mbappe LeBron Chosen 2 releases. I'll give it a shot. It's sneakers, so your guess is as good as mine if we're going to hit. But it's got kind of a watch the throne element to it, and which is interesting because, in a way, Jay-Z and Kanye are the Chosen 2, or at least if you ask them, they are. So that's my pick.
They are. That's still probably the best album of all time.
Nice.
That's not a true statement. I'm trying to start stuff with that statement, but it's that good. That's the soccer player, right?
Yes.
And there's a LeBron cleat with his cleat with LeBron's logo on the back heel also.
Correct.
And I'm surprised.
They switched profile pictures.
What was that?
They switched profile pictures today in honor of their collaboration. So if you look at LeBron's, it's Mbappe. If you look at Mbappe's, it's LeBron's picture.
I don't know soccer. Is Mbappe super big? I'm guessing he's super big to do something with LeBron.
He's
He's
won the World Cup. He's kind of the next one up. Whenever Messi and Ronaldo ride off into the sunset, the thought is Mbappe is going to be the next guy that we're all going to be captivated by. So it's a good way to anoint somebody as the chosen one or the chosen second if you were the chosen one. So once again, LeBron, good job. And then the rumors are always speculating that by this collaboration, it means Kylian Mbappe is going to come to Liverpool, which is the team that LeBron owns. So always try to read between the lines, guys.
That'd be cool.
That's a good
LeBron the business man. Just handing everything. I'm gonna keep that LeBron chain rolling. I just been around the house stomping, and it's funny because I don't even do nothing in them. I rock them this loose. I know Nick likes loose lacing for ease of entry, so to speak. So I just been doing that. This is a gorgeous shoe. There's factory defects all over it. Must be real.
So it must be real.
But I don't care. I mean, like once 2021 is popping at some point, maybe 2022 is popping.
I'm thinking 2022 at this point. I've given up on 2021 as of
play,
today.
and I don't care if there's a glue stain here or there because I'm gonna mess them up. So need not worry. I will say I am a flat-footed size 12, and they are a little tight. They're also 0% broken in because I've done no real activity in them. I literally just sit on the couch with them on my feet. So there's somebody on StockX trying to sell this shoe as dead stock doing the same thing. That's how unbroken in they are. I'm just not petty like that, trying to flip a worn around the house shoe as dead stock.
You can't sell that one though. That's just one of the ones you keep. I mean, there's certain you can't get rid of it after a while, but that one, that's gonna hang around forever.
Oh, 100%. Because in Nick's interview with Russ was saying you can like justify keeping any pair of shoes. You could be like, all right, do these have meaning? Yeah. Would I wear them? Yeah. So that by those two bases, you could just say I'm going to keep them. But then the follow-up question needs to be, will I wear them? So like these will never leave for what you just said, all those great reasons. They're classic and everything. But like they will not leave because I will wear them. And some things in like I look in the closet. I think I have like 14 pairs of dead stock shoes in the closet right now.
On DS them, according to
Russ,
Russ,
because they're all commodities now, and I don't like that. So, but I'm not just keeping them. No, because he said like he's right. If you're just sitting on dead stock shoes, they have no story. There's no storytelling to a brand new pair of shoes. Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt when you let them go.
It's not through lack of trying. Just the whole year of being inside has kind of kept me from wearing all these shoes. So
True. There's
maybe I'll
aspects
go
by that.
on.
You're right.
Maybe I'll go on a buying freeze. But also, my next statement is I'm going to buy the UNLV dunks. So
yeah, I was like, I believed you 0% when you said going to buy it.
No, because I just actually bought the Air Max, Air More Up Tempo, the black and white ones off of a random restock I saw online. I've been on the hunt for easily a month and a half for that shoe, though. Like, I've been waiting impatiently. Every time I see a post saying they're in stock here, I go to click on it. My 12 to 13 is gone. So over and over and over again, it happened. Patience finally paid off. We discussed it in the Discord. A couple of our members were talking about, the marginal gains off of like a $30 over retail sale on StockX. And the Air More Up Tempo is that exact shoe. It's like $175, which is only $15 over retail in a size 12. So it's not. But when you look at fees and shipping,
oh yeah,
correct.
$220.
I never pulled the trigger. I don't want to support StockX, but waiting, I paid $15 in shipping to this nice boutique in New Jersey. So
$50 in shipping?
No.
Oh, I was like,
I like them
what? You get them right now?
I also heard 50. And I was like, well, if you like the shoe, go for it, Robbie.
15. But no, I'm supporting some people in New Jersey, a little boutique. Never heard of them. I'll keep looking at their website now because they have good selection.
If they have eggplant penny threes, I'll buy it, but I can't find
a lot of good
anywhere.
stuff. So
if
they're called Renarts, Renarts, Renarts in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Go check them out. Like Mike was saying, they got the penny threes. They have the Barclays in stock. Not a lot of sizes because people like me figure out that they're there and they buy them. But a lot of good stuff. So if you're looking for cool things, check them out.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have the UNLV dunks, which is what I'm looking to cop. I really, really want that shoe. I'll call upon the Discord army to help me because I'm a Vegas kid, so you got to have the Larry Johnson throwback dunks. So very, very clean shoe to me.
Fair.
But with that, I'll pass it over to Rohit for our review town.
Review town, population 1. Hi, everybody. Our review today comes from Slum Northwest, and the title is Awesome Podcast. Thank you, Slum. And it says, hey, it's Slum Northwest from IG. I think it's cool that I've always learned something new listening to the Sneaker History Podcast and that you guys are always super positive. I get hyped up every time I hear that intro. Allen for the win! Yeah! Worst impression ever.
Faithful.
Thanks for posting new episodes consistently and multiple times a week. Also, Mike's YouTube channel is pretty awesome. Enjoyed watching a few episodes recently.
Hey.
I need to check out the Sneaker History YouTube channel as well, as should you, loyal listener. Much love. Keep up the informative, entertaining content. Well, thank you, Slum Northwest. I believe you're also on our Patreon and Discord, so you get a double thumbs up from me.
Double thumbs.
6.
Boom.
Too short of a spider. No, octopus. Spiders have more than 8, right? How many legs?
I thought spiders also had 8, but
no,
this isn't tarantula history.
Cool.
I'm sure somebody will educate us.
I was just trying to cover my butt because inevitably, like, this idiot doesn't know how many legs a spider has. No, I don't. So we'll see. I wish there was a cool way to segue spiders into our news. So this is going to be a news-focused episode, just so everybody knows. There's been a lot of cool stuff going on. The biggest and I think most fun one we're going to start out with is one I'm itching to talk about. I know Mike's itching to talk about. I know Rohit's itching to talk about. And you guys are all itching to hear about. Yeah. So it's the LeBron Vote Back, celebrating his 4th championship with the Los Angeles Lakers. They're bringing back a LeBron retro from the past. I believe they're all samples, nothing to have ever released. And there's some colorful choices there. I want to hear maybe I'll start off to give you a second to think about it or pull the image back up. There's a lot of interesting matchups in that bracket they have. And it's one of 4 brackets. So think March Madness type deal. And one of them that really made me think, am I wrong and the world's right, or is the world right and I'm wrong? There was a matchup between the LeBron 11 Fairfax, which looks just like a tube of Carmex. It's like that silvery, gold, yellow, whatever. Carmex, you use it. for your lips and your butt, you know,
Yeah.
or just your lips, whatever you use it on. So it was those against the hardwood classic mismatched LeBron 7s. I don't care if it was the orange or just the blue, or if it's just the blue suede. Any variant of that shoe, I don't care. But the Carmex looking Fairfax 11s were beating the LeBron 7. Like, we just got the LeBron 7. We know how good that shoe has been in retro form. Why are you playing? No one likes the LeBron 11 except for me and like 40 other people. So my mind was blown because the LeBron 11 is a great shoe. I think I've had 4 of them in my lifetime. It's a really good shoe. But if you ask me, hey, Robbie, you want a LeBron 7 or you want a LeBron 11? I'm going to take the 7 every single time. But in that colorway in particular, I would say is one of the more iconic LeBron looks on court ever. We've all seen those throwback Cavs jerseys, those gorgeous orange Cavs jerseys with those gorgeous shoes. So people is the world tripping or am I tripping? You two tell me, but then I want to hear if any other matchup caught your eye.
So this has been a big divide through sneaker Twitter today. If you've been watching, there's like, I don't know if we call us older. I mean, we're just
seasoned,
31, 32. Like, we're seasoned. There we go. We're seasoned. But you have people are seasoned and more seasoned. Like, oh no, only like certain ones. Then you have the newer people like, ooh, bright colors. And I can care less. I mean, you like what you like. What is what it is. But just like Robbie, I'm kind of just in kind of a limbo because there's certain things on here like I was in the kind of the same thought process as you about the 11 and the 7. Like, oh, I haven't seen either one of these in real life. I would love either one, but I still gravitated to vote towards the 7 because 7 is one of my favorite LeBron models. I like the 11, but I'm like, I'd rather a 7 any day of the week. But same thing happened to me when it came to the gold Watch the Throne 9s and the Stewie Griffin 3s. I was like, or Stewie Griffin 6s. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay. One of them is literally just not real, and that's the Stewie Griffin. And you have Watch the Throne, the gold sample. Like, I ended up voting for the 9 because I love the 9. That's one of my favorite LeBrons over the 6s. But I felt guilty afterwards because I know what that other one is. Like, I felt terrible, dude. But this is a hard deal. But all I know is that me making these hard decisions, I better get like a priority from Nike to at least make it feel like I can get one. Make me feel good for like a second.
I thought this.
I will say
Griffin.
this.
Go ahead, Rohit. But I got to finish that off.
I was going to say, you and me both. Team
sense.
Stewie Griffin. I get the Watch the Throne elements. I get the Givenchy elements, but there's nothing like that Stewie Griffin 6 or that cartoon 6 as they're calling it.
I know.
And part of me, because we are in a country of conspiracy theorists, I think that there's some tomfoolery afoot because there's no way that shoe is losing that badly to the 9. They're both beautiful shoes. And I wonder, is this Nike just kind of saying, well, we offered it to you guys, but you guys didn't want it bad enough? Because I think BS, I think they purposely stacked the deck on this particular matchup because there are some other shoes on here that they're a nice shoe, but why are they allowed a chance to move on as opposed to one of these shoes is cannon fodder, and it's a damn shame because these two shoes are top 3 for me, and they're already in one matchup. So I voted for the Stewies. I'm sure the 9s are going to end up winning this because as I was perusing sneaker Twitter, that seemed to be the people's favorite. The one that I most like, and now I will be rooting for because I don't think the Stewies are going to get through, would be the ring ceremony PE LeBron 10s. When I first saw that shoe, there was just certain brilliance of that gold that's not properly conveyed in this illustration. It's a solid illustration. I don't want to take anything away from it, but seeing that shoe in person is what made it such a attractive proposition, and it's truly befitting of a king. So that's the one I'm rooting for now at this point.
That's how you do a championship shoe, ring ceremony, whatever you want to call it.
So
Ray Allen
nice.
had some really nice ones. I would argue that LeBron 10 is the best looking ring ceremony shoe. Just to finish off that Stewie Griffin Watch the Throne bashing we're doing. That's not even the best Watch the Throne shoe. The black one's way better. Like,
the black one is better, but I just want a chance to get one of them without paying.
So what's wild is
money.
I have friends that don't work at Nike who I've seen a good amount of these shoes in person just on people's feet. Just because, like, for example, the LeBron 3 glow in the dark, My friends had that for like 4 years. Like they almost put that in production. Like that almost really happened. The LeBron 2 animal almost really happened, and then they don't.
Mhm.
So, like Mike, you were just saying, to have an opportunity to get one of these shoes at a price that doesn't require lubrication is just nuts. Like you gotta,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I mean, I think at this point, I mean, whatever is the victor for, I say 98% of the shoes are listed here,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to try to get. Only one I really felt like was trolling, and maybe not so much, maybe just in comparison to the colorways, just the behind it all. But the matchup of the LeBron 8v2 that 1/8 2011 PE, and then the purple suede Zoom generation. Me personally, again, the purple suede Zoom generation, I thought would be the winner. Like, it is getting crushed right now by
I
this
voted for the
8v2.
8v2.
And
Yeah.
really, I mean, I just saw LeBron wear that Zoom generation one time, and I was blown away. I'm like, when are we getting that? I thought it was gonna come out a couple years back when they were really pushing that shoe, and that purple suede just looks fantastic.
I've seen the 8v2 in person. That's why it's like that shoe is freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But so like, I'm a
Okay.
LeBron crackhead. Like I brought this up early in the podcast. I literally do not count sheep when I can't sleep. I count top 25 LeBron samples I would have if I have the opportunity to. I'm not kidding. Like I literally go through LeBron like countdowns in my head at like 1 in the morning when I can't sleep. So it's like I don't care. I'd be like, ah, shit. Would be the South Beach 15, just because I have a pair of 15s and they're cool, but the other ones are cooler. And the Carmex 11s.
Yeah.
Those are they're okay. I mean, like again, I would happily take them, but in that same breath, we had the Fairfax LeBron 7s, and a lot of people wanted that sample when it was unobtainable. Then when it came out, nobody bought it. So just an example,
So
like
cheap.
that one particular that I'll keep coming up with Carmex. Even though there is a Carmex, I want to say it's a Carmex LeBron 10. Yeah, it's 10 or 9. Yeah, it's 10.
That's it. Yeah.
They look like shiny Carmex to me. So like those LeBrons,
They
people
are.
would probably be like, "Oh yeah, they're bringing that back," and then you'd be able to get sizes of it still.
Collecting dust on
But
house
you
hoop
can't go
shelves.
wrong. And this is just one. Let's put it this way: you have to have cannon fodder. We all like anime cartoons. You got to have people that die for the sake of the story. Naruto has to beat somebody. Like Zabuza, everybody likes Zabuza, but that fool had to go. So like, you got to
Hey,
have
somebody's
those.
got to go.
Yeah, Krillin.
Hey,
Yeah,
Yamcha.
Tien.
Fetal, bro.
yeah, Chaozu for sure. Chaozu just, yeah, throws him out. But the LeBron
Awesome.
11s, I guess you would have thought the LeBron 8 shoes. There has to be shoes in there that have to go the way of the dodo bird. So interested to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm super excited. I say I don't know with a shoulder shrug, but I am genuinely excited for whatever releases. Super excited. So excited. I'm gonna go learn something new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go learn kung fu.
So, Robbie, if you don't mind me
Oh, see
asking,
what we're
when
doing
you
here.
are counting sheep, where do you start off with? So, what's number one in your LeBron player exclusives?
Man, it's it's either those 9 Wettas or the 10 Wettas. It changes every time I redo it. Or the championship 10s, the Gloria 1s. I mean, there's a lot of ones. There's too many. I could just go pretty much all of the 10 elites,
Now,
all of the 7.
they need to have the actual hardwood classics on here. The blue suede with
Oh
the
yeah.
orange accents. That would have been. I mean, I guess beggars can't be choosers at this
The
point.
112 LeBron 8v2, Miami Knights, reverse Miami Knights, the reverse championship pack, the 10 low where they flipped. You know, the 10 high, the 10 elite high was red, and the 10 low was that kind of like foresty, whatever, Everglade type thing going on. They flipped that to where the high top had the green Everglade looking stuff, and the low top was red. There's so many LeBron samples I want. Like, if I don't know, if I was just like, if I was in a crane game and I could just like scoop up as many as I could, I don't care which one I get. Just let me hold one of them. Let me get a chance.
So,
yeah,
one day.
One day.
What's everyone's pick then with the predicted winner?
Woo! I'm predicting that the 10 is going to win. That was the only one that had such a huge margin of victory. So just looking at the numbers, I mean, 73%. And I actually like that green, electric green colorway. I love that 3. Or I love the 4, I'm sorry. But I think the 10 is going to win.
Robbie?
I'm gonna say the Michael Jordan Hero Pack 7, the black and red. People are gonna see bread. I would do it too. You see bread, and like, oh my god! And it's the NFW, no fly wire. No fly wire has that beautiful weave on it. Oof, it's so good. How about you though, Rohit? What would you want?
I think whoever wins the Gold King Throne cartoon PE battle, that'll be my pick. I just think, good job, Nike. You've made me invested in this bracket that I thought I would have no investment in.
Very, very true.
Hey, make sure to share it. Do all the things that Nike wants you to do so you can feel even worse when you don't win.
Fingers crossed. Maybe, yeah, fingers crossed. But all right, so let's pivot to some Kung Fu Panda. Reebok's dropping a clothing collection along with a Zig Kinetica, Insta Pump Fury, and a Club C. So there are two of them. So let's just go quick. Of the 4, because like you said, there are 2 Club Cs. Which one is your favorite?
The patchwork Club C with like the different real earth tone colors. Favorite one by far.
Come back to me, Robbie.
Come back to it. I'm gonna go with the Zig Kinetica. I've seen Drew wear them. I've seen the homie Noah wear them. Stanley has a pair. Very interesting design, and it's a clean look. It's Kung Fu Panda, but not too crazy of Kung Fu Panda. But I'm very interested in the model itself, so that's what's driving my interest. But I think Roe is really not feeling any of them. He's just like, ah.
No, I'm really not. I'm trying to justify it, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I was more of I wouldn't say Kung Fu Panda. What was the DreamWorks movie? So maybe Soul, just because of that damn New York Knicks joke that still gets me every time I think about it. If they had released the New York Knicks player edition from the missed dunk from that movie, whatever the shoe that gentleman was wearing, I would have picked that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how about they have good looking sweatshirts? You know where?
Oh, the sweatshirts are fire,
dude. I'd say the white sweatshirt is fantastic. I was like, look, I can wear that with anything.
And it's Jack Black.
The black joggers or the black sweatshirt. They look sweet.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good looking collection.
Yeah, they've done a good job.
Go ahead.
With their cartoon collaborations, like a lot of people just kind of go over the top. But when you look at their Tom and Jerry stuff, their stuff they did with Despicable Me or Minions, and now this, it's really done well to where it's wearable, but you still get that. Oh, I know what it's from. Like if I bought it or someone sees it, oh, I see the Kung Fu Panda or so on and so forth. They do it understated, but really overstated at the same time. If that makes any
yes, it does. And the Master Poe in front of the Reebok insignia, I love that. That is clutch. Put that on a T-shirt. Put that on a beanie. I hope I got the character's name right. That is that tasteful collaboration as we know it, because we see the Reebok, we see the Kung Fu Panda, and neither gets in the way of the other.
The Instant Pump Fury is a little on the over the deep end when it comes to subtlety. So 3 out of the 4 follow what Mike said.
Well, the shoe itself is
not
crazy.
Just. I mean, of course. I mean, the Instant Pump Fury is always going to be crazy, but it's a little extra on the Instant Pump Fury. That'd be a hard rock. But I think the other 3, you could definitely get away with that Kinetica in the gym, and you could definitely rock some blue jeans with that sweatshirt with the Club C's. I'm just a Club C fan, so I'll say that again. But that Instant Pump Fury is a tough wear. Gotta say.
I'm like, hold my beer. I got this.
But Reebok kills it in so many other ways. I mean, we've seen how the question's been doing, but I mean, Mike can have firsthand testimony right now of how good the JJ Watt trainer is. But they've really owned that training CrossFit space. Nike has their Metcon trainer. I know Adidas has one. Drew was talking about it on his interview episode. I don't quite remember what the Adidas trainer is, but Puma's getting into the battle, entering the fight with their Puma Fuse, which is just like it's designed for stability. So they're marketing it as a shoe that has a really wide flat, like a really wide 4-foot base, not a lot of drop. So it's only like I believe an 8 millimeter drop from toe to heel. Really durable mesh, focusing on that grip. It's supposed to have, I believe it's called Puma Grip. Not the most inventive name, but Puma Grip.
Yeah.
I'll have a thing of Puma Grip, JNA. When I hear it, I don't know why I think of Forrest Gump, but I do.
Puma Grip.
Grippy, flat, stable, has a good little heel clip in there, durable mesh. It looks super futuristic. It looks like the cast of Galaxy Quest might have designed this in a good way. That movie has some of the best set design there's ever been. But it's trying to enter the fray. And do you think from looking at this shoe, it's priced very well? I think it's $90. So it's priced cheaper than the Nike.
Correct.
I don't know about the price compared to the JJ Watt, but it's
I think it's like $10 cheaper maybe. So than $10 or $20 cheaper than JJ.
Competitively priced, good tech, solid foundation. Where do you think this fits in? Are you interested in it in the gym training landscape?
I am, for the sense of because that's all I can really do now is go to my apartment gym and work out at 5 a.m. when no one else is there. So it's nice to be able to test those kind of shoes out. But I think the biggest thing they're going to do is to have they need to get some kind of social media feeds of, Neymar training in them, Danny Green training in them. They need to get Kuz training in them to get these off the ground, because if they're just going to put these in the store, you're going to find them at Puma Outlet for $50 in the near future. They're going to have to really push it as they've been doing their basketball models, because if they can get the right eyes on them, which puts them on feet, if they do as well as those basketball models, then I think you're going to see a lot more. They're going to actually really dive into this world more, because I can't think of a time where I've really seen a Puma trainer.
I agree with that sentiment. The thing I will say, and I agree with you, Robbie, making the point that this is a very futuristic design. It's an understated futuristic design, which I think works for the shoe, because usually when we think of a shoe being futuristic, there's something truly out there that we're all silently talking ourselves into of like, yeah, I kind of want to wear that. I'm interested to see what other colorways there are. The black and poppy is an interesting one, but I'm with you as well, Mike, in the sense that who could be the guy or girl that puts this shoe on the spotlight? Because I'm looking through the Puma athletes right now, and Kuz is one, but Lewis Hamilton, Usain Bolt, Antoine Griezmann, Virat Kohli, who's an Indian cricketer, or Neymar. I think that's your play. And of all those sports, I think the training component is probably best seen with Usain Bolt, which that's not bad if you've got the world's fastest man backing your shoe. So it'll be interesting to see what the rollout is.
I mean, I'm sure everybody who's listening, including you two here with me, has had a moment where you're like, I know I've worked out in some probably shoes I shouldn't be working out in, and like you go to make a move, or like, oh, I'm gonna go jump on the court or something. It's like do some jumping, some aerobic warm up or something. You're slipping all over the place. I'm interested to see how the Puma Grip works. That's why I bring all that up, because like that's what's really important to me. I don't want to have heavy weights in my hand and have a banana peel moment, So grip and stability really does mean a lot. When was the last time one of you wore a Metcon trainer?
I've never worn one.
Never owned one, man.
I don't think they're comfortable. It's been like 4 or 5 models since I tried one, so I bet you things have changed. But interesting that you both say quick no, and that's probably one of the best selling. I see that shoe everywhere outside the gym. The shoe's everywhere. Very popular.
I am not a CrossFit person. I've always been like against CrossFit because it's just hurts your joints. I mean, and don't jump on me, guys, in the comments if you do CrossFit. Nothing against you, and there's no personally. I've like tried to do it and I've hurt afterwards in like the worst kind of ways, and then I've known people to hurt as well. So I'm traditional weightlifting and like running, and so I always associated that shoe with CrossFit. Same thing with Reebok's CrossFit shoes. I associated with CrossFit, like was like the Nano trainers. I associate with CrossFit. But the JJ Watt, I know who JJ Watt is. I know what he does. I associate with that traditional training. So that talked to me more as opposed to the other sneakers. That's a whole different world. Like that CrossFit world is bananas. So it's just you have that lifestyle, and I don't live that. And I hope that they don't market it that way with the Puma shoe. I hope they do market it to where a wider span of people, because a lot of people will probably get intimidated. Like, oh, I don't do CrossFit. I don't want to buy that.
True.
No, it's exactly that. I think the only CrossFit type activity I've ever done was the Nike Training Club classes that were offered after work. And that was as good of a proving ground for the Metcon. But at the same time, it's always been in the back of my mind that I can't justify getting a Metcon or the Puma equivalent or the Adidas equivalent because I'm just not about that life. And as CrossFit people are quick to tell you, it is a very dedicated life. And yeah, I think the interesting point as well, Mike, is you saying that you have that attachment with JJ Watt because I'm assuming Houston Texans fan and you understand the workload that he puts in.
That's right.
It's that question of who can be that athlete that unlocks it, because for Puma, I always think more of an international athlete than I would a domestic athlete that's based out of the States.
Has to be. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
You got to have the name recognition. It's like you got to have your Under Armour to Steph Curry or your LeBron James to Nike. Or, I mean, let's be real. I don't know soccer. Neymar's big enough to be Neymar and Puma. Like, he's definitely big enough.
Yeah, this should have been Neymar's shoe. I think this should have been Neymar's, like the Neymar trainer.
Neymar. But like,
but it could have sold it. I mean, because they're gonna have boots, they're gonna have cleats for them. That's a given. But for those people who enjoy soccer but can't play soccer, this was the move right here. Let's sell it with Neymar's name on it.
They're not gonna do nothing.
Yeah, they're not gonna give it the bells and whistles right off the bat. I think maybe if the shoe sees a second or third iteration, then we see the Neymar intro colorway that gets that heat and gets that hype. But for the time being, I think this is just a paper airplane that's flying through the air, and you just hope it lands where you want it to land and doesn't fall short.
For sure. That makes sense.
I brought up Steph and Under Armour because I don't think Neymar is ever going to have a whole division. Puma's not big enough to have a whole division dedicated to an athlete. But Steph has been on a stupid tear, and I know I personally crapped all over the new Curry shoe, and still not my favorite model, but like my enjoyment of it has gone up seeing him play good, and it got me playing well, and it got me thinking like the reason why Michael Jordan's not the reason, but a big reason why Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan in the shoe world is because he's done crazy shit wearing those shoes. Like Michael Jordan's done some impossible things wearing Nikes, subsequently Air Jordans. So Curry and Under Armour by approximation is at its best when Curry's doing crazy crap on the basketball court. Because like I watched that whole 62-point career high game, and he had these blue and white Curry 8s on, and with his yellow jersey, and him just smiling and just doing stupid things on the basketball court. Like I'm like, damn, those shoes look good. Like the whole, it's like look good, play good, feel good type thing. It's like look good, play good, feel good. People think you look good. Like it changed my mind. It's like watching him this past week. It's like, man, and he's worn other colorways too. It's like there's something right about that shoe. If you're doing this, like I'm interested. Like they look better. I can't see the logo from far away. There's a lot of good stuff working there. But what have your guys' thoughts changed on the Curry 8 since seeing it in action?
Yes. When I first saw it, I was like, did they really just throw this man out to the deep end and say, hey, good luck, and just give him the worst designer? Because seeing the shoe without, I guess, not being in action, I was like, ugh, this just looks weird. Not that it was bad, but just different. Now, it started growing on me as the season progressed. I started seeing him on foot, seeing him kind of, those pictures. I can't remember the Instagram user. Is it J Squared who does the pictures of the athlete? I can't remember, so if I got the name wrong, I apologize. But someone's out there taking pictures of like the athletes and does a lot of Curry training, and he has the Currys on in the white and gold.
Yeah.
J Squared. Okay, so I thought takes fantastic shots. He literally makes me want to buy the shoe. Like next shoe I like probably review is gonna be that one, because his pictures along with watching Curry on court. I mean, I felt like a kid again. You know, when we were younger, we saw Jordan, we saw whoever wearing a particular shoe. We're like, dang, that's dope. That's the only place we
Mhm.
could see it. So I went back to being like a 10, 12-year-old, and I'm like, dang it, Steph, you got me. Like, I want the white and gold colorway that's sitting around the finish line right now.
It's working. How about you, Rohit? Have you drank any curry juice? That sounded really bad. I think like
given
Kool-Aid.
my I guess pedigree and my DNA, I'm always for more curry. But at the same time, I like the blue and white colorway more than I do the white and gold. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that the dominant color is more on the midsole and the top sole part of the shoe. But what I will say is this: the greatest thing Steph did was making Under Armour relevant. And I thought, okay, we've seen that already because he had his prime. Golden State got 3 championships on the back of or alongside Curry's work. But if he can make them relevant again, while he has next to nothing as he's doing his John Wick impression across the league, that might be the most impressive sneaker-related feat we'll see in all of the decade, and we're only 1 year into it, so to speak. So I am definitely on the radar for more. I want to see how he continues to do it because this sadly might have to be the norm if he's to carry them to the playoffs. And I'm probably as big of a Steph Curry fan as possible, and I worry about him because he is putting it all out there, and I just worry, given his injury history, we might not see him if he continues to exert this type of attention. And if we don't see him, obviously we don't see the shoe because Damian Lee wearing that shoe doesn't hit the same way Steph Curry does. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but yeah, we will all be preaching to that choir. Good job, Steph. You clearly knew what you were doing when you designed this ugly ass shoe and then proceeded to drop 62 and I think 30 on the next game. So well done.
Yeah, he got us. He got us good.
I was going for drinking the Kool-Aid, and that came out awkwardly awful. So my bad.
No, it's all good.
Insert Kool-Aid.
God damn it. Drugs.
You're fine. Listen, I will always take a shameless plug for Curry, so I enjoy it. So all good.
Killer. It's just funny because there's a pair of Currys, medium Curry, Dunks coming out. And then, like, Dunks have been the rage of everybody's. I mean, Mike, I'm not pointing fingers at you because it's everybody.
Oh, no. I think that's just like Nike ID at this
like,
point.
Man, did we all revert back to our 14-year-old stages? I mean,
my locker's full. I'm not buying any of it.
Maybe I'm just a jaded old dude who just like doesn't care. I'm like, dude, I've messed around with I've owned so many Dunks. I've messed around with Nike ID. Like, I'm not gonna give fanfare. Like, oh, the Dunk is back, sick. Like, no, man, it's like it's been there. It's just like, was it? I forgot who it was. Somebody was asking. Soul Savvy posed the question of like, is Nike trying to make like the Dunk like the Jordan 1 and the Air Force 1 like just like a staple, like everybody knows it? I'm like, what kind of stupid question is that? Yeah, I mean, it's like that shoe's been like that shoe. We wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for the Tiffany Dunk and Pigeon Dunk. Like, there wouldn't be sneaker coverage if it wasn't for those two alone, those 2 pairs of Dunks. Like, if it wasn't for the original, the Mullers and the Reese Forbes, like if they weren't around, like there wouldn't be sneaker culture. So it's like, duh, they've already been there. But I'm not gonna exert the energy like I'm gonna buy this on ID. I'm gonna buy this. I keep saying ID. I'm gonna buy this on Nike by you.
No, say ID. We know what it is. They just tried to rebrand something we knew already, made it worse. That's what happened.
I mean, and I'm definitely the kind of person, and I'm gonna say this last point and then pass over to you two. I'm the kind of person who, like, you can go make your own J Dunk on Nike ID, but if you go and show me that shoe and you pull it out and it has the Nike ID box in it, I'm gonna think it's cool. I'm not gonna say anything to you. I'm not gonna clown you for owning a cool pair of shoes. At the end of the day, they are a cool pair of shoes. Robbie has nothing bad to say about that. But don't approach me with a shoe like it's something like rare. Like, dude, you and 80 other people at least had that exact same idea and own that exact same shoe.
Throw the box away.
Like, you're not fooling nobody. Like, that shoe, be happy about it. I'm happy it's yours. I'm happy you love the colors. It looks great. To my eyes, it's a great shoe too. But that's not like, oh, there's a pair of Dunks. Like, no, those are a pair like, fuck, it's a pair of Dunk. Like, it's Dunks, period. Not Dunk, exclamation mark.
I laugh because I think I just really got excited for something new to ID. I'm like, and I say new relatively because it's not new. Because what, 10 years ago, I could ID a dunk. Maybe not even a whole 10 years ago, I could ID a dunk in way better fashion. Like if you go right now, the best thing to ID is a Air Force One. They have fantastic options on there when they're not sold out. Like they look awesome. I'm not gonna lie, like it's one of those. I was influenced. I saw so much crap on YouTube or not YouTube, but everywhere. I'm like, I'm gonna go keep on. I'm sitting there at work when I should be like in a meeting or someone talking to me on Zoom. I'm like, Nike ID. Made the same four shoes with like different, like barely different like accent colors because there's literally four colors to choose from. The toe box, you have to do the mud guard and the toe box the same color. It's.
I want you to be excited.
This was. They're gonna sell out. They're gonna actually sell out of this tomorrow, but it's garbage.
I want you to be happy about it. I want everybody to be happy about it. But you want to.
Oh, be happy. I just know what it is though. Like I know exactly what it is. They're capitalizing on the hype of it. They're not giving you any way to replicate anything close to what there is. I mean, unless you want to get real fancy, try to do like a London dunk, all gray, suede, and so on and so forth. But there's you can't replicate the cool thing. They gave you really crap colors. The blocking sucks balls. So, I mean, for all those people who can't get a dunk, and I hope you can get one, I guess on the 8th or 7th, whenever they're able to do it. I hope they're open up to enough people to get them so they can kind of, scratch that monkey in their back. But we know it's not going to be the truth. It's going to be a minimal amount of IDs that suck, and that's what it is.
I'm going to be a sneaker OG, and I'm going to let the young kids have this if they want it. I will wait until hopefully there's a evolving iteration of the Nike Bayou Nike Dunk. But it's funny you guys talk about, why don't you just talk about me? All I can think about is the bridesmaid quote where it's like, why can't you be happy for me and then go home and talk about me behind my back like a normal person? So I'm with you, Robbie. Here, I was going to build these Jordan Dunks and show you. And then when you would be like, oh, these are cool, Rohit, I would be like, damn it, Robbie, why can't you be happy for me? It's everything you guys have said resonates with so many people online, whether it's through our Discord, whether it's through our Twitter. And I am happy that people that may not have had the opportunity to buy these dunks get that. But for me, there's nothing there to pull the trigger as of yet. So I'm not going to say that Nike got it horribly wrong because in a sense they did get it horribly wrong. But I'm holding out hope that they see enough of, I wouldn't even call it a backlash, just a constructive criticism that has been consistent. That they realize, okay, if we're going to do this again, let's now do this the proper way. Because the potential is there, but similar to what we were alluding to earlier with the LeBron matchup, sometimes I think they're just taking the piss at us and just trying to see, okay, how much are you willing to pay to get this shoe? Because we've been clamoring for dunks all the while, and then now all of a sudden they're back. And I don't know about you, but it almost feels like it's the McRibification of the Nike Dunk. Like, get them for a limited time, even though they're not what we used to give you. But I trust what Nike's doing. I don't necessarily agree with it, but hey, for all the young ones out there, get a dunk. Relive that feeling you had when you were 4 or 5 and you made that bomb-ass finger painting that your mom hung up on the refrigerator. You can do that now with your dunks as well. So,
the Shamrock Shake of
let's
Nike
go Shamrock
IDs.
Shake. Pick your favorite seasonal fast food.
Pick your poison, literally. But I mean, what's so annoying is we have to be like, oh, I hope you can get a pair of dunks. When if you look, there's 9 pairs of Dunk and SB Dunks releasing in January, not counting ambush stuff. So like just quote unquote traditional SBs and traditional Dunks. There's 9 pairs in 1 month. And some are women's exclusives, so they're not all designed for the boys out there. But I'm going to try super hard to get these UNLV Dunks. Other people are going to try to get the white and black. I mean, myself included, the coastal blue. I'm going to try to get every single one of those dunks that I can just because I know it's like Buffalo Bill's at the top of the well and he's like keeps dangling the rope a little bit and you think he's going to let you grab it, but your hands have too much lotion on it, so it slips. You're never getting out of that well. That's what it's like to be a dunk fan in dunk world nowadays. Astro World is Dunk World. Yeah. Thanks, Travis Scott.
No, don't say Astro World because he's gonna wear one of those dunks. Like the black and white one's supposed to be easy to get because there's a full family run of
They're going to be
those.
impossible because
But we know how
everybody's
it's gonna
just going
end
to
up.
buy them to make $30 on StockX off of it. It's freaking ridiculous. And it's like the UNLV dunks,
Yeah.
they're low top. They initially came out in high. There's like, I talked about it with like the De La Soul. I like it when a high top is now a low or vice versa. If they do it right. So it's like
Mhm.
that UNLV looks really clean. And I'm going to have to like go through so much effort to not get it. That's what it comes down to. And it's just like dunks are
Well, fingers
annoying.
crossed
It's
for you,
like
man.
they're fun. They're go customize a pair, but you shouldn't have to be like fearful, like, oh, am I gonna have fast enough internet fingers on Nike by you tomorrow morning to check out before all the bots make? I don't even know. Like, how does a bot make a freaking
Can
yeah?
bots make shoes now? No, but thing is, you just make them ahead of time because you just save them. And I think you just have to tell your bot to. Again, I have never used the bot. I'm just assuming you pre make them, and when it goes live, it just clicks on every
Yeah,
pair
but
that
it's
you've
just
made.
like the fact. Okay, cool. Try to make the dunk like the Jordan 1 and the Air Force 1. The difference is you can go buy
But
the
it
Air
is.
Force 1 in 10 different variants right now, and you can go buy a pair of Jordan 1s in 3 different variants right now. 4, 5. There's way more than 3. But
Yeah.
like until the dunk's accessible, and it's like the most needless inaccessibility. It's
No, I'll wait until they're in Paxson again, or not Paxson, in Journeys. That's when I'm gonna start buying them again. When everyone hates them, they're back at Ross. I'll be on that train again. I'm really
it's
contrarian, so
American
it
greed.
is what
Like
it
the
is.
Nike Dunk is just like your example of American greed. Like I'm just gonna buy these so no one else can have them, so I can make $4 after fees. Like cool, bro.
Four whole
Go buy a
dollars.
stick of bubble gum. Don't hurt yourself. Like damn.
Man, how much do you think bubblegum costs? This
Prime
is
example.
fascinating to me.
Uh, you get the good like
What you
venti
live,
ice,
Robbie?
like the
Oh,
ones
that's
that like
true. Yeah,
the
that's true.
car cup holder setup. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's
Oh, you got
Yeah.
the 100 piece. You fancy.
yeah.
It's
I just don't want to
Sounds
get the
packed.
hose again, so to speak, when it comes to buying these dunks. And yeah, please do right by us, Nike. We don't ask for much, even though we do ask a lot. But
I guess we kind of do, but I don't get anything, so give me one. Like I'm just asking for 1 or 2 victories this year. I'm sharing your stupid post like a jackass on my Twitter, just advertising for you for free. So just help me
some
out.
people want it all. I don't want nothing at all except some damn dunks.
man,
Sing it,
Which
Robbie.
pair
Hit the hits.
of the Januaries we got some Chinese New Year, SBs, the UNLVs, Pacific Blues, Coast Blue,
Pacific Blue.
excuse me. That's when you like.
UN, yeah, UCLA, Pacific Blue, whatever they call it. I mean, it just looks good. Just simple,
That's all it is. The white and blue shoe.
simplistic. Yep. I mean,
I'll go with the white and black.
really get it for
The white
eighty
and
five
black.
dollars.
I can see you rocking the white and black.
I'm basic as hell. That's the San Antonio Spurs in me, I guess, if you will.
You could do a really cool, do
Basic
like
as
a
hell.
'90s throwback center court like swoosh custom.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
You could do the cardinal sin of mixing and matching because I think those shoes would go great with the Kung Fu Panda sweatshirt.
Hey,
Man, do it. I ain't mad at you. I'm the last person to tell you not to
you
do
could
that.
I know
be
certain things must be upheld. Come on, guys, we have a Patreon now.
you know how like
We're
James Harden and
professionals.
Steph Curry and various other people who have like Nike logos on their clothing. The socks are conveniently rolled down where it has the swoosh. That's all you gotta do.
Yes,
Just
put weird
conveniently
tape around
a
the
little,
panda.
yeah,
You have to do all this
a little,
masking.
tape. It's a work in progress. I'm not covering anything. It's a work in progress. My sweatshirt.
Yep.
No, the black and white dunks will look sick with the Stussy Nike shirts they came out with last week, which I want to buy, but I just can't justify a $50 t-shirt. Hard for me.
50. Oy vey.
Fitty.
Yeah, dude.
Now we had a
Exactly. See?
Patreon member trying to I believe it was Biff. He was arguing with me that like buying expensive T-shirts isn't dumb, and I was like, I'm on team. You can find a really cool T-shirt from Goodwill. That's like I found a Beavis and Butthead. I wore it a couple episodes ago. Beavis and Butthead Stussy shirt for like $8. That was never. I think no, it was barely worn. There was not original tags on it, but it's like there's no reason to spend that much. T-shirts are dumb, and there's like, well, shoes are expensive too. Like, well, these shoes protect my feet, and they're made of like plastic and air. Yeah, they don't
They won't
shrink. They
shrink.
don't. I mean, they rip, but they don't rip like that. They don't go out of style like that. I mean,
Yeah.
shoes do go out of style, but it's like miss me with any. I haven't bought a T-shirt in over a year and a half. I'm almost going on 2 years of not buying a T-shirt. So there's no amount of money you can give me.
Target.
I mean, it's dumb.
The legend of shirtless Robbie
Target's the
grows
spot,
every podcast.
The Peloton done.
Cue Chippendales music. We're
The
getting this
Peloton
on.
done.
So let's end the episode on a yes or no question. The Volt Gold Air Jordan 1, is that a yes or a no?
That's a no for me, dog.
Thank you, Randy.
I second that. I don't understand the hype behind it. I know like everyone's kind of like freaking out over like, oh, the tongue's backwards. I'm like, all right, like it does nothing for me. The shoe does absolutely nothing for me. This looks like one in 2015 that would be sitting on shelves I can get for $79 2 months down the line.
Very true.
What about you, Robbie?
And very true. I like them. I don't get what the hype is about either. It's a good looking shoe. Like that's same situation as the ID dunks, right? Like if I come over to your house and you're like, oh, Robbie, you got these Jordan 1s, and you're going to pull those out, I'm going to be super happy for you that you have them, and I'm happy that you're that happy about it. But like, why? I mean, not why is why did you buy this, but like, why is this a shoe that people are so excited about? It's good. It has the black toe. I'll tell you why. It has the black toe color blocking. That's it.
Is that it?
And it just looks good. Like if it was a shoe, not even on sale, if it's a shoe, I do this a lot. Did this with the up tempos earlier this week. I did this with many shoes. If I'm just sitting there on a Tuesday bored, I'll spend money. Like that's the sad thing about
I'll
my
do
life.
it.
You catch me at 10:30 in the morning after a bowl of cereal on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and your Jordan 1 is sitting there. I would have had 2-3 days after release on sneakers to think about, I wish I would have pulled that trigger, or like if I had time to like formulate an opinion instead of I need to buy this right now or I'm not going to have them. Like if I could have that mentality shift, which we're just not going to happen due to consumerism and greed, I'll go and buy a shoe that just looks good to me on a Tuesday, like that Jordan 1. I'm like, I like the way it looks now. I don't want to feel pressured to having to pull a trigger and wake up early on Saturday to buy it. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, if there's no pressure, if I can walk into like my local mall and see, oh, it's sitting here, I would probably buy it. But I think it's just all of the hoopla about it. Like I'm looking at it. One thing I say I don't like is that if you're gonna go with that cell midsole, make the leather cell. Don't make it pure white. That bothers the living mess out of me. I don't understand why. Maybe it's just I like things matching a certain way, but I hate that contrast. It's like, oh look, I got this brand new shoe with this old crusty outsole, like or midsole. Like, let's make a match.
Yeah, it's too mismatched, like you were saying, Mike. And I don't know. I tend to adhere to the rule of okay, if it's an OG colorway, that's what I'll consider. But I guess being devil's advocate as well, if I get a distinct biohack feel from this, where 6 months down the line I see enough people wearing it, and I'm like, damn, I should have probably stuck up for this shoe a little bit more by buying it. But nah, I don't know. In this particular moment, they're far more important shoes to consider.
Neutral gray Jordan 1s. I'm gonna take that loss hard, but that's the one I'm after this year.
So I'll give you 2 real life examples: the wheat Jordan 1 high, like the all wheat boots, and the turbo greens, and I think my blue the greats. All 3 of those I got. I was not excited for any one of the 3 upon release day, but I got all 3 of those on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I love them. All 3 shoes. I'm like, damn, I'm happy I pulled that trigger. So we shouldn't have to have buyer's remorse over just a good looking shoe. So go to your local, go to your shoe palace, go to your any local places. Anywhere but StockX. Just go buy them anywhere but there. We're not getting that sponsorship money, and that's okay with me. But
yeah, I don't want dirty money. That blood money.
Blood diamonds. But that's it, man. I don't have anything else. Anything from you two before we wrap up?
Nah.
It's been fun.
Hey, Nick.
Nah. Hey,
Hey, boo,
hey, Nick.
hey. Hey, girl, hey.
When you're editing this later, just realize we miss you, bud.
There you go. Well, it's been fun.
Yes, sir.
It's been a good hour. We're hitting the exact hour mark, which is that sweet spot. Appreciate everybody listening. Make sure you go like and subscribe to this channel. If you're listening on the audio format, make sure you go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're on Spotify, we just appreciate you, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm Robbie. Above everything else, make sure you're following at Sneaker History. There you can find links to like our Discord and Patreon, all that fun stuff. Right now, they're probably not those kind of links. We have more important links on there right now. But anywho, how can they find you two?
Yeah, find me on Instagram and Twitter at MadWatcher789, YouTube at Mike Guillory, and Rohit, where are you at?
I'm at Roheezy on Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm RohitM13.
Boost Mobile, where are you at? Ludacris, you know where I am. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.
See ya.